What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is another episode of GLC Sunday. I guess that's what we're calling Gym Later Challenge Sunday. And today we actually switched gears. We're playing grass, and I'm gonna try to switch it up. I have multiple different type of decks for these tournaments, and we're going to play a dark deck. Now, this version of dark is going to be like a control poison type build that I have kind of worked on and put together. So it revolves around a couple things. The main one is going to be the Galarian Weezing. It has neutralizing gas. It's the longest Pokemon is your act spot. Your opponent's Pokemon to play have no ability except for neutralizing gas, and it has severe poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, and put 4 damage counters instead of 1 on that Pokemon during Pokemon checkup. So what this does, it shuts down all your opponent's abilities, right? So this is great, especially in GLC, because you only have like 1 Boss Order, 1 Guzma, maybe 1 VS Seeker. So it's hard for them to move around this Weezing, right? And a lot of the decks in the format use really good abilities. Rillaboom, you got Bronzong, you got Malamar, you got Blastoise, you got, trying to think, it's probably, Tynamo, Electrike. Like, there's so many Pokemon that decks really rely on. And if you can get Galarian Weezing on, you just pretty much shut them down, and you can pretty much control them. And that's what we kind of want to see today. And severe poison can definitely do some damage. And what severe poison can do is start stacking some damage up. So you have Toxicroak, so you put 2 more damage counters. So essentially they're taking 6 damage counters a turn, coming back to you. That's 120. And you have cards like Absol making our base Pokemon retreat causes 1 more. That's hard for them to retreat now, especially once again when they don't play like 1 switch and 1 escape rope. Maybe, and then in GLC you do have cards like Bird Keeper that does help out a lot. Mount Alana could be played. Tate Liza could be played. So there are some more switching supporter cards. While in standard form, I really don't see that much. But so it's a really good card. Once again, you have to find those. So that's nice. Outside of that, Pokemon wise, you have cards like Spiritomb. So a Spiritomb it's a really good early game attacker if you get it down. It has English Cry, it does 10, and it is 30 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you get 2 damage counters on it, you're doing 60, 3 you do it 100, and this stacks very, very quickly. In like 2 or 3 turns, you could do a lot of damage to a Pokemon and help take that prize card to get your Weezing on if need be. There's a 1/1 Zoroark. Zoroark does 2 really, really good things. It has stand-in, where you can move it from the bench to the active, and then you can retreat. So if somebody does bring a Pokemon up, you can stand in, retreat, and do what you want. If there's some kind of status condition deck, you can stand in and retreat, which is really cool. And also, Mind Jack is really, really strong. With 2 color synergies, so with a Twin or with a DCE, you can use this attack, and it does 10 plus 30 for each damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. They have 5 bench Pokemon, you do it 160. The downside is it is 100 HP, so it does get kind of like gatekeep that way. But that's a really cool card, and I love Zoroark a lot in this deck. There's also a 1/1/1 Golbat line. So what you're going to notice is there are some cards that make it where you're not really drawing for your turn for supporter card wise. But what Golbat and Crobat do is Golbat lets you draw 2 cards, and Crobat lets you draw 3 cards. Now you might be saying, okay, that's is it good to draw? And I think so. I think there is some validation that drawing cards is very good, especially in this deck, because there are ways to pick it back up, and we'll go over that here in a little while. And then outside of that, we are playing a 1/1 Alolan Muk. I almost said Galarian. And we're playing Alolan Muk because it has Adventurous Appetite. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve 1 of your Pokemon during your turn, you may look at top 6 cards of your opponent's deck, and you may discard any item cards you find there. Your opponent shuffles those cards back into your deck. And if you start looking at deck lists, you notice like item cards, item cards, item cards. These are all there are 2 pages worth of item cards. So if you can shut those down and discard them, your opponent can't use them anymore. Sorry, Zora is playing with my feet right now, so she's attacking me, if you're wondering. So yeah, be able to discard those item cards could be very, very good. Once again, you could discard their switch, make them where they can't retreat or something like that. You can also help deck them out, and we'll go over that here in a little bit, how that kind of works, because this is a poison deck out deck, control deck in the end. Now, there's some reasons why I played certain cards. The first thing first is Alolan Grimer has that collect attack for no color synergy, so you could just draw 2 cards, which is really good if you have a bad hand. We are playing this Zorua, I don't know how to say this Pokemon's name. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. Yes, there are other Zoruas that are maybe have better reasonings to play it, but I like this one a lot, and of course, we'll go over that why here in a second. And then, of course, this Koffing has Ascension. I'm pretty sure this is the only dark Koffing we have in the game. Now, the big bad card of the deck is going to be Sableye. Sableye has essentially 2 really good attacks. 10 flip heads, your opponent's Pokemon is now confused, which is okay. Confusion is good in this format once again. They have to find a switch and stuff like that. But the big thing is Junk Hunt. Junk Hunt's going to give you the capability of just put 2 item cards free discard to your hand. Now, the weird thing about Sableye is you have to be in a good position to actually use Sableye, and that's what we're going to try to see if we can utilize the Sableye engine for actually getting these, like, very, like, you don't want to play against item cards, right? You don't like, okay, I don't want these item cards, and then your opponent just gets it back. You're like, okay, that's not cool. I don't appreciate that. So let's talk about those cards real quick. Cards like Crushing Hammer, flip a coin of heads, discard energy from opponent's Pokemon. Enhanced Hammer, we're going to discard a special energy. So we already talked about how Weezing can poison Pokemon, but you already put cards like Hypnotoxic Laser. They're auto-poison, flip a coin of heads. They're asleep, and you can get that back too. Other cards, Delinquent and Recess Stamp. A red card is going to put your opponent at 4, and Recess Stamp is going to make your opponent shuffle their hand to the deck and then draw a card for each prize card remaining. So both of these cards are really, really good in this deck. And the reason why is, let's take the red card for a second. Red card, put your opponent at 4, right? You're already putting them at bad hand size, and you can get back at that. You can get that back with Sableye too, and put them at a low hand size. But what you can do after that is use a Delinquent. Delinquent says discarding a statement card in play. If you do, your opponent discard 3 cards from their hand. So if you have a situation where you can use red card, you can use Delinquent, and then follow up with Zorua and discard that card, and you play this early enough, you can put your opponent at 0 cards, which is fantastic. It could be like just devastated to them because now they have 0 cards, and then you can use cards like Trick Shovel to manipulate the top card of your opponent's deck. You can look at it and be like, hey, do I want them to have this? No, I'm going to, discard it. I don't want them to have it, or I'm going to let them keep it because it's a bad card, and then you can make it draw into a bad card. And then you use cards like Sableye, and you can manipulate their top card of the deck. If you're getting that situation, you put them at 0 cards, and you just get that early Trick Shovel playoff, be so great. So those are really, really good cards to have. Other cards you want to recycle, like VS Seeker. You can recycle VS Seeker to reuse any supporter card, which is very good. Because remember, it is item cards. And item cards, of course, are the top right. So let's keep going. So these are going to be supporter cards, and these are going to be, tool cards are item cards, Josh. So you can get back Air Balloon, you can get back Cursed Shovel, and you get back Floatstone. These are items. These are supporter cards, and these are stadium cards. So you can get back these. The most time I get back these anyway, and then you get tool cards back too. So that's pretty interesting to note. But let's go everything else that's not, item cards for Sableye. You have, Dark Patch. Now, Dark Patch can be grabbed with Sableye. It's not a bad choice at all. It just lets you attach a Dark Energy free disc file to one of your bench Dark Pokemon. You have Evolution Instance to correspond to Muk. Actually, this goes into your hand, so that's okay. So Muk, Zoroark, Golbat, Crobat, and Toxicroak. But Evosoda might cut. It is cool because, Evosoda only helps with 2 Pokemon. I guess a couple, actually. Zoroark, Toxicroak, and Weezing. The problem with Evosoda is you evolve into that Pokemon, you don't get the own play from your hand effect. So you actually don't get to draw cards. You don't get to discard stuff. So that's kind of unfortunate. You need to watch out for that. 1 Love Ball, 1 Nest Ball, 1 Quick Ball. Of course, the ball cards. No Ultra Ball. I don't want to discard resources, which is why I don't have it in here. And then 1 Ordinary Rod. So we're playing 1 Ordinary Rod to get back Pokemon and energies. And we're also playing 1 Super Rod to get back Pokemon energies, because that's pretty crucial in this deck. We already talked about Recess Stamp and Red Card, just how bad they are for your opponent. Now, we are also playing 1 Scoop Up Net and 1 Super Scoop Up. So what this does, it lets you reuse Muk, right? So you can keep discarding more cards from your opponent's hand. So if you're in this situation once again, you're in the Sableye, you can Junk Hunt, you can pick up Muk, put it back down. You can just discard a bunch of cards out of your opponent's deck, which is pretty nice. And then you have cards like Super Scoop Up, which flip a coin, and you can do that too. Not only can you pick up Muk, you can pick up the Crobat line too, which is really good. I do like that a lot. 1 Towel Map, so you can see what you're taking. 1 Trick Shovel to manipulate the top card of your opponent's deck. And then 1 VS Seeker Now we are playing one Galar Mine. It makes so your opponent needs 2 more energies to retreat and 1 Virbank City Gym. I don't know if there is a card that lets you do this. Let me know because I would immediately play it. But if there's a card that lets you get back stadium cards, let me know because I would definitely play that to get back the Galar Mine or Virbank City Gym. Because both those cards are really, really good in the stack, and I want you to reuse them if possible. So outside out, it's our support cards. 1 AZ. Once again, we can reuse the Muk. We can reuse Golbat, put a Pokemon back into your hand, discard all cards attached to it. That's fine. Muk's not going to have anything attached to it. The Crobat line shouldn't have anything attached to it. Also, the Crobat has free retreat. Crobat has free retreat. But the big thing is Zoroark should just be able to stand in and retreat if need be. Bird Keeper, switch your active, draw 3. Boss, bring Pokemon to bench the active, which is good to help stall because you can like Boss plus like Muk, which is really good. Colress Shuffle draws many cards your opponent has. Cynthia Shuffle draws 6. Delinquent we already talked about. Guzma both switch, so it's another like I'm going to help mill my opponent out. 1 Koga's Trap. Now, this is going to be great because it's going to confuse and poison your opponent's Pokemon. So you're going to confuse them, so now they have to flip confusion, and they're poisoned. And then, of course, you can stack this with good old Toxicroak, which is great. We are playing 1 Marnie for Disruption. Once again, you could do the Marnie play, and then next turn, maybe Delinquent them. That could be something you could do. End's another good card. You can, when your opponent's low hand size, or has taken many prize cards, you can end them and hopefully get them stuck. Could be something you could do. Once Research, it's just good to discard, draw 7. Tate Liza, shuffle, draw 5, or switch your active with your bench. Team Flare, once again, we're going to be able to discard energy to our opponent's active Pokemon, and 1 Team Rocket's Handiwork. Once again, we're trying to deck our opponent out. Flip 2 coins for each head, discard 2 cards from top of everyone's deck. Not only like will this help with deck out, but since everything is a 1-of in these decks, that can be very crucial. You flip 2 heads, you discard 4 cards, you could discard crucial stuff. 1 Air Balloon for 2 less retreat costs, and a Float Stone. What this does is give Zoroark a free retreat, because it does have 2 retreat costs, so it's really nice. And what Cursed Shovel does, discards the top 2 cards you want its deck. Once again, trying to mill them out. Outside of that, we're playing 1 DCE, 1 Twin Energy to help activate good old Zoroark. Also, it does help attack with a Alolan Muk, Toxicroak, and I guess the Golbat and Crobat if you want to. Oh, and Absol. I don't know if it's an Absol, but Absol could be a good attacker. 30 plus 30 for each colors in your opponent's active retreat cost. You got the effect and the stadium, which is an additional 3. So that's pretty cool. 1 Hiding Energy, he gets free retreat, and 6 Dark Energies. So that's the deck. That is Dark Control. I think one card I kind of want to hear is a Faba. It's still my first time playing this deck, so you're going to see some interesting things. I'm actually going to commentate after I've already played the game, so we're going to watch this together and talk about it and see why I did mistakes and why we did good. So yeah, let's go watch the games right now. Alright guys, into game number 1. Let's see what happens. I think I have 3 videos for y'all. I'm pretty sure it's 3 videos that we'll see. So putting against Captain Blasto. And as you see right now, looks like... Oh, we forgot to set that. We forgot to put down a Pokemon. Alright, so we start Croagunk. I guess it's an ideal starter. I mean, I guess anybody's an ideal starter. We do have a balloon. And it looks like we get to draw 3. So that's pretty good. Drawing any extra cards is always good in the game, right? Looks like they are going first. So yeah, let's draw 3. Okay, so we do have Spiritomb. I might as well put that down, Joshua. Alright, so we're going to put down Spiritomb. Ooh, Combi. So I mean, hypothetically, we can take a knockout turn 1. This is the very strong thing with Spiritomb. Be able to get those quick knockouts. Wow, they started 4 Pokemon. Energy to Combi and pass. Oh my goodness. Can we find a Dark Energy? Take a knockout. So you see, we do have Nest Ball. Let's see what's in the deck. So Zorua's in there, Sableye's in there, Koffing's in there, Zoroark's in there. Cool. Is Weezing in there? Do we look to see? Okay, Weezing is in there. Zoroark's in there. I think that's all is that really eyeballing is that. Because in this list, they do play some. So I mean, there is Weezing. Muk's in there too. Zubat's in there. Okay, all right. I think we're just looking through cards. And then what else is prized? I don't know. How do you tell what cards are prized? What cards do you actually look for? I mainly just look for Pokemon when playing this game. So I actually attached an Air Balloon to the bench Zorua, and I'm like, oh, this is a bad play. And I did it on accident. I'll be real honest with you guys. That was definitely a huge misplay. It was 9 in the morning when I did that misplay. So we're going to quick ball, probably discard the Delinquent. Okay, maybe, no, yeah, let's go. Maybe Delinquent, okay. Okay, let's see what we grab here. Why do we decide to grab? Maybe Koffing. That's a good one. Okay, maybe not. Okay, well, we're really looking at Zoroark for some reason. So we grab Grimer. Interesting. Go for an early Grimer play. Okay, I think maybe going for the Weezing might have been better. Maybe I was thinking like I didn't want to discard the hand because I already have Evolution Incense and Toxicroak. So maybe that's why. But I still think getting the Weezing would have been a better play because we could have went went into Weezing next turn and took on a knockout with a Toxicroak. And we just see a B March just for 3 Combi. So my opponent's got a dead hand, right? Not good. All right, so let's Evolution Incense. Find yourself probably the Zoroark. Hopefully is what we go for here. Zoroark's got that stand-in and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll get the Zoroark out. We'll get Toxicroak to the active. Get that Spiritomb. And then we'll probably just research. Are we going to hold the hand if we want to? Or are we going to research? Let's see. It looks like we are going to research at this point. And we get Absol. Makes it where everybody has one less more trick offs. And what do we do with this Koffing? I guess we are going to put it down. No need to really not put it down right now. So we're just going to stay in retreat. And we have to be mindful of Spiritomb because they are playing the spread version, right? So it's a little scary, especially with that Applin right there because they can go to Flapple and like do 2 ping anywhere. And they could knock out Spiritomb. So that's a very scary card. So we're going to look at Building Spite. I think I was looking to see like what Pokemon he was playing because it is an open deck list. And we're going to do 7 damage, knock out that Combi. We should have knocked out turn 1 probably. But who knows. So we do get a Dark Energy, which can allow us to go into maybe a Weezing next turn. So see Hoppip comes down. That could be really good, like getting the Weezing out, making where your opponent can't use any abilities. But he really doesn't have anything anyway. There's a Raihan going to the Hoppip. Now, this is good for us because if you notice on the left side, there's a good old card called Boss's Order. So we can Boss Order the Hoppip and knock it out, making it where he can't have that, Skiploom into Jumpluff, because Jumpluff is definitely a card that is kind of scary. So let's go Boss Order, bring that card up. Once again, we're in a situation. Do we go for this? Do we not go for this? We'll be on Love Ball here for Josh. You can't Love Ball for anything. Just FYI. So Dark Energy Koffing, maybe? Yeah, seems good. And once again, we're in a situation like, do we want to Building Spite or English Cry or Building Spite, whatever? Looks like we're not going to. But we're already taking 2 price cards. Opponent's dead drawing, so the big thing about this match is showing like how strong Spiritomb is in the early game. Because if your opponent can't set up, Spiritomb's going to come in there and start taking knockouts. And they ever see an Erica, so my opponent is finally getting set up. They ever see a Rowlet comes down. We see a Nest Ball here. Going to a Morlul. So Morlul can go into the next stage and, find his evolution cards, right? So that's a very scary card. So we definitely probably want to find Weezing. There we see the Flapple, which has got that Apple Drop, put 2 damage counter when your opponent's Pokemon. So we'll see what they decide if with the energy on. Put DCE on the Rowlet. That is very scary because Decidueye just needs 2 energies and it does 80 and 80 to a bench. So that will start doing some very bad damage to us. Windshard could maybe be used like Bird Keeper into Windshard to do 60 somewhere. So that's always a possibility as well. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that. But I imagine we'll see. I imagine we'll see this. Do we see the Apple Drop? I can't remember if we do or don't. I can't remember. Also, the good thing about this matchup is his Swaddle that goes to the Lavani eventually negates 40 damage, but we don't do damage. We do poison, so that's good for this matchup as well. So that's really cool. So we see pinging onto the Koffing, say, you know what? I don't like that Weezing that's going to come out eventually. So, we're going to see the Fermentus, because Fermentus just makes it where it does extra damage. And we get the Crushing Hammer, so let's see what we get. And a head! Oh, that's a big deal. All right, that's cool. We could Trick Shovel, but I don't think it's really useful right now. I'd rather save that, so that's why I didn't use it. No need to play anything else really right now. But the big thing here is we do find that one of Evosoda, which is going to let us find the Weezing. There it is, Mr. Weezing coming on down. We're going to get this. Oh, and we get Muk as well We're going to discard some cards. Why not? Yeah. Let's discard the Evolution Incense, Floatstone. That seems pretty cool. Those are 3 1-ofs you'll never see again. And so yeah, we're gonna retreat. We're gonna stand in, retreat, take this knockout with the Croagunk and with Weezing with the Toxicroak. Sorry, I said Croagunk, but it's Toxicroak. So let's get that poison online. It does 40. Toxicroak bumping up to 60. And now we're doing 60 damage turn. Like oh my goodness. So we got Culture Hand with Virbank City Gym. It is not looking good right now. So, alright, Turf Fields. That's good. We can immediately bump that. Now, imagine this is going to find more Hypnotoxic. Zora's really attacking my foot right now. I'm just going to let you guys know. Alright, so Hypnotoxic comes down. I'm going to search for a grass Pokemon. Do they have the rare Candy Decidueye play? Whew. That would be something, wouldn't it? They can't play double stadiums, which at this point, not Virbank City Gym, Force of Giant Plants is still a legal card, so they can't do that. But they can't attack with the Decidueye either way. So Buzzwole comes down. Okay, it only does 60 right now. It only does extra damage when they take price card. So right now it just does vanilla 60. Capture for Trico. But the big thing here is my opponent can't use Hypnotoxic because you know why? It's because we got Weezing active. Alright, so we get Virbank City Gym, we can put that down. I don't think at this point we play a red card because like their hand's obviously not good. So put down the maybe we should have kept I'd rather bump it because they can search for grass evolutions with that. So I'd rather not do that. And we got Scoop Up Net. So Scoop Up Net's gonna allow me to pick up the Muk. So this is pretty cool. We'll pick up the Muk, put that back into our hand. We'll put that back down. We can use it next turn. We got Town Map as well. We can play that. And let's see what's in here. Oh, DCE. All right. So we got this Dark Energy. We can attach it to Absol or attach it to Toxicroak if we want to. I'm not sure which one I actually decided to go for. I think we're doing like building Spite Math to knock out the Buzzwole the following turn if that Buzzwole does come up. Because we want immediately one-shot it. But hopefully we don't go for the Buzzwole. Hopefully the Buzzwole is the last prize card we take. And I think that's what I'm planning because we have Guzma next turn. So we get Guzma, knock out the Trico, knock out the Swallow, whatever we want to, right? And then we can use like Zoroark to do like 150 if need be. Spiritomb can do like 150 if need be. So there's a lot of outs here. So we'll grab that DCE, best card in there for sure. We could have maybe opted for VS Seeker. And what the VS Seeker does is it allows us to go for like, next turn Guzma, next turn Boss Order if we want to. So right now it's only doing 60, Brigetti. And you see me, my brain is like clicking, like, okay, I like this. I like the Pokemon coming down. Zoroark. Yeah, Zoroark. Okay, just kidding. All right. So we'll see 60. Touchdown for 60. Okay. So on our turn, imagine we'll play It's Your Boy Guzma. Okay, maybe not. I guess we're going to stand in first. Would you going to take a knockout here? I don't think that's a smart play there, Josh. I don't think that's a smart play. I think we need a Guzma here, Josh. Oh, don't go for the knockout this turn. Oh, you're bad at Pokemon, Josh. You were sleepy. Knock out one of the bench Pokemon. Don't. Who cares about the Buzzwole? Oh no, Josh. Just that past Josh doesn't know any better. But he also, my opponent has dead hands, so like, okay, GG, unfortunate. So yeah, they couldn't draw anything, but the Weezing was definitely like shutting them down because they couldn't use Hypnotoxic. They couldn't use any of their stuff. So, like, that's actually a really, really big deal. So, yeah, so that's game number 1. Let's go into game number 2, guys. Alright, so on to round number 2. Once again, it's a grass deck. Like I said earlier just a second ago, Force of Giant Plants is getting banned. And what this video shows you is, like, why Force of Giant Plants is so good. Also, I might have misplayed. Once again, it was like 9 a.m. Josh was sleepy. And I love this tournament, though. This tournament's presented by Carbink on Limitless. And it's like every Sunday they're going to do GLC. That makes me happy because Josh can record a bunch of content for GLC. If you like GLC, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. But I don't care. I'm having fun. I'm having fun building new decks, showing new things. My second favorite type is Dark, so I was really excited to play this today. All right, so we start Absol. The hand is not ideal. It's not ideal. I'm just gonna let you know. So we have a couple things we can do depending on what our top deck is, and it's Golbat. So this Golbat's really good because what we could do is we could go Nest Ball. Okay, we can find Zubat if Zubat's in there. We'll just assume Zubat's in there. Okay, we're looking. Okay, and we're doing a lot of math, Josh. We're doing a lot of math. Imagine we grab Zubat. Okay, so the Zoroark's in there. Weezing is gone. Weezing is not in there. Oh, goodness. Our Weezing prize. Weezing, once again, is our best friend. We don't want that card prize. And unfortunately, this prize. This prize. Well, of course. Well, whatever. Okay. So we grab Zubat. Okay. And we could go DCE next turn Dark Energy, which I think is what we're, like, contemplating right now. Maybe? Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Josh. Yeah, there you go. And we'll just pass. Because next turn, we're doing 6. We're doing 3, 6, 9, 12. We're doing 120. If we top the Galar Mine, we could hypothetically knock out the Shining Genesect. So, we'll see. So, town map. Okay, let's see what's prized. What's in the prize cards? Oh my goodness, you see that card? There is a Rillaboom. Oh man, and there's Zorua is prized too. That's like one of their best attackers too. Like Zorua and like Shiny Genesect is like what makes this deck works. And that Rillaboom being prized, they have no energy acceleration as of right now. Of course, they can always get it out. GLC has a million. Okay, Scoop Up Net's in there. Okay, Josh, I think the bigger one's the Zorua. Why didn't you show the Zorua? You silly. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna blame that it was 10 a.m. Okay, we got Trico coming out. Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur can go into Venusaur. Venusaur has it where like each grass energy counts as 2 grass energies. So once again, the second's like really ability heavy. Like Shiny Genesect has ability. Trico, Grookey has eventually has ability. Trico has an active has ability with Snivy. You got Bulbasaur has ability. And we get Golbat. Come on, Golbat. Don't let me down here, buddy. Let's draw 2 cards. And that's not what we want to see. Okay, so we have an option here. And I think this is an interesting situation that I didn't really think about. So we can either A, knock out Bulbasaur, or B, Flagrant the active. But I think the correct play is definitely to knock out the Bulbasaur. Right? I think so. So we're gonna do that. We're going to knock out the Bulbasaur. And I still think that was the correct play. We do have Trick Shovel. But once again, I don't think it's worth Trick Shovel right now. My opponent probably determined Bridget. That's what they want to play. There's no need to use Trick Shovel here. To be honest. So the opponent has, as of right now, no way to get out of Pokemon this turn, right? No way to get an attacker off, right? No way. No way. Shiny Genesect needs 2 more energies. Trico can find a friend, maybe. Grookey, it's in the prize card. I guess hypothetically. Oh, no. All right, so Peona. Oh, baby. Rillaboom. Bye-bye, Rillaboom. So, man, they start a talent map and Peona in the hand. Okay. So they take Scoop Up Net, Zorua, and Rillaboom. To be right there. I'm like, the Scoop Up Net. But, Zorua. That's another big one, Josh. Another big one. So now, there's 2 options. My opponent can Rare Candy to Rillaboom, or they can force Giant Plants into Thwackey into Rillaboom. We'll see what happens. Yes, Josh, I see you have VS Seeker, and there's a Grookey on the bench. I got that. We'll see what happens. Right now, my opponent's trying to decide what 3 cards to put in there. And something to think about, because I didn't think about this while I was playing, is we know what 3 of his 4 cards are. And so we know that's his only grass energy right now. We know that his other card is a Rillaboom. Right? And that is very crucial to think about. Because I think after this, I make a huge misplay. So you guys are Grooval, right? Grooval's gonna let him start searching card stuff. So we're gonna go VS Seeker. I agree with this play. We're gonna VS Seeker Boss Order. We're gonna bring up that guy, okay? Now I think this is where we make a misplay. We probably should have Trick Shovel there. And the reason why I think we should have Trick Shovel is because we know our opponent doesn't have anything in his hand. And if we're able to manipulate that top card of his deck, that could be very drastic this turn. So we know he has 2 cards in his hand. We know the 2 cards. We know it's Rillaboom. We know it's Snivy, but he pack calls. So would the would that have been useful? I don't know. So we know now he has Roserade, and now we can go for in. Is in the correct play, knowing that we know 2 of his 4 cards. I think, and this is where it gets kind of like questionable. I think inning here is good, but it might be, this might be the misplay here. This might have been the misplay here. That might have been a terrible idea. So we get Croagunk, and I think this is another misplay I make. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure, but we'll find out together, guys. So we discard the Delinquent. Once again, we're grabbing the Koffing, hoping we find eventually the Weezing. Okay. There was a laser there, we could have took a knockout. Just saying. If we had a laser, we could have took a knockout. So Timer Ball, Tails, and Tails. Woo! Alright. So double Tails with Timer Ball. Now, the thing about N that's different than Marnie is N, your opponent can draw into whatever, right? Marnie, you know they go on the bottom of the deck. So that is something to note as well. So there's Roserade. Oh, man, my opponent's got Roserade. Okay, we're still feeling okay. Roserade comes down. Okay, we got rid of Rillaboom, so now they need some way to get Rillaboom out. We'll find out. We'll find out real quick. Alex P026, what do you have for us? So ball guy is going to search for all the ball cards. Makes me a little nervous. What all different ball cards? So Nest, Level, Ultra. Okay. So there is Thwackey. Okay. Level Ball. What we got? There's Ivysaur. Grab an Ivysaur, but Bulbasaur's in discard pile. That's not good. Ultra Ball. Discards a Grass and Ivysaur. Okay. Wait, no, it's a Grass. What was that? I don't know. It's some other Grass Pokemon. My opponent's saying, I don't need Ivysaur. So there's Hypnotoxic. So they got their Hypnotoxic even though they don't have that one. So there's Morlow. Okay. And here's where everything changed. So my opponent goes Morlow into Hypnotoxic. Force a Giant Plant. So now they're able to Illuminate. And now they can grab Rillaboom. And I think this this was probably the biggest turn of events. Because now we have nothing. My opponent went from, oh, I don't have anything, to I went to Hypnotoxic to Rillaboom because of Force of Giant Plants. And if Force of Giant Plants was banned, the most they could do that turn was get Thwackey out. Yeah, that's about it. But now it's totally different. Now they could have maybe eradicated Rillaboom. Don't get me wrong. So we hit Laser. Okay, we get the Evosoda. I think we make a misplay here. Yeah, this is the misplay. Yep. I mean, hypothetically, you could say it was an okay play because we thinned the deck by 1 card, right? So, but that 1 card is a pretty good card to accidentally draw into. So, we're down to 3. Grimer, not Weezing. Oh, where's Weezing at? Like I said, the Weezing being Pride, I think is like another prize, is like another like game changer. Because if Weezing wasn't if Weezing was the X part right now, like your opponent can't use Energy Reload, your opponent can't use Rillaboom, your opponent can't lose, Hypnotoxic. So I think this is definitely like where the game starts changing very heavily for my opponent. Nest Ball. I'm gonna find another guy. Zorude's back in. We're good now. We're good. Hey, Zorude's back. And this is what like Alolan like Galarian Weezing is for, or Alolan Weezing, whatever it is. So see the okay, all right, that's not good. That's not good. And a Cynthia. All right. So I mean, what we should do next turn is put down Crobat, or set up Crobat, retreat to Alolan Grimer, and collect to draw cards. Hopefully we do that. Grass Energy on Zorude. And now it's slowly come back into our opponent's favor. They're down to 4. We're still at 3, so I mean, there's still some chance. We do have free retreat with Crobat, so like I said, at least we can send up Grimer and retreat if need be. And we got Koga's Trap, so we can at least try to stall my opponent. So maybe now, No. I didn't even use collect. I forgot about it. Oh man, I think I was so bad about the force play. I forgot we have Grimer in there. Oh no, I misplayed. Don't you hate watching your own footage? Oh man. I think I was just so upset about like the end play into like my opponent having forced. Why, Josh? You should have collect that turn. Oh my goodness. All right, Rally Back Shaman comes down. Cores for 7. That's terrible. All right, we're gonna search out a Venusaur, just in the deck. Yo, that's terrible. I look so silly right now. I'm over here crying about Forest Giant Plants, and I'm not using my Pokemon correctly. All right, so Zarude can repeat a whip now, and I don't think it takes a knockout right now. So Flintstone, retreat. Oh no, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He does 120 right now. Yeah. All right, so Josh, do you remember to use Alolan Grimer this term? The answer is no. I know he's not. I know he's not. I know he's not. Please retreat. Okay, we should do this last turn. My goodness, you should have collected last turn. But in hindsight, like, we wouldn't have drawn anything. That Grimer would have been knocked out earlier, right? So, because we would have drew 2, we would have drawn the Galar Mine RCL, which wouldn't have changed anything. So that's good. Like, the misplay didn't really change anything, right? Because we're still at 3 hypothetically cards. Like, nothing changed there. So now type 33 price cards. I got Scoop Up Net. We can scoop up the Crobat. I think it's definitely the correct play here, Josh. Okay. We'll send him Koffing. Put down Zubat. We could maybe put down the Galar Mine, but there's really no need to because they're just like destroying us right now. And all of a sudden we were looking good, but like realistically, it was that one turn of like, oh, I think like was the end the misplay? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was because my opponent could have went like Rose Raid, Rare Candy, Rillaboom with that hand and like destroyed us. And yeah, see, we don't have anything. So yeah, unfortunately, we drew bad after the end. I still think the end was the correct play. It was just unfortunate that Forest Giant Plants came down and stuff like that. So I think that was a big turning point. I think that's another reason why of like Forest Giant Plants is getting banned because you saw that one turn, like they were able to go Thwacky into Rillaboom. Once again, could they have maybe got the Rillaboom out still? I'm not sure. But let's watch one more game with the deck and see what happens. All right, guys. Own a game number 3. Once again, you see it. It's grass deck. Now you might be thinking, Josh, you played all grass decks. Look, I can't help that 3 of my 5 games were against grass decks, and the other 2 were not worthy videos to watch. I'm just gonna let you know they're not worthy videos to watch, and we lost them. I'm just spoiler alert, we lost them. So did we do that well at the tournament today? That's a different story. But I think this is a good game to showcase. So we're a quick ball, discard Team Flare Gun. That's we don't really need that card right now. So there's Koffing and there's Weezing. So Weezing is in this game, unlike last game it was not. And we'll see how big of a difference that makes in this matchup. And the big thing about this is like how big does this make in a different matchups? I do think in the end, I do want a Peona in this deck. I think that's gonna be like a fantastic card to include. And so we're just gonna pass right now. No need to like poison the Bulbasaur, especially once again, Force Giant Plants is live, so they could do some kind of shenanigans, So Stadium Nav, there we go. Here it is. You know it's coming down. There it is. Forest of Giant Plants. A turn 1 Forest. Yo, what can... Oh, and a ball gun? Okay, well, you know what? This is not my day. This is not my day right now. Turn 1 Forest and ball guy. Quick Nest level. Okay, these are not good cards to see. At least there's not an Ultra Ball in there. So level. Let's see what 90 HP. Okay, so there's Ivysaur. Okay, well that's terrible. So Ivysaur comes down. And Venusaur. So now all of his Pokemon Grass Energies counts as 2 instead of 1. Nastball. Let's see what we got here. And I see my hand is not very good. Like, we have to top deck a different supporter card to actually go into Weezing next turn. Right? Because we can't retreat the Zorua and draw an energy and attack. So we have to draw a support card next turn. To even get out Weezing next turn, we have to get out a support card. So it's a very crucial thing to point out. So there we see Shiny Genesect comes down. That's not good. And Grass is really good because it does thrive off these like basic like attackers that are really strong for like 3 energies. Like a lot of damage that you just manipulate with Venusaur and Rillaboom. Like not only does Rillaboom like attach energies, but Venusaur makes those energies count as double. So every time you use a 1 Rillaboom, it counts as attaching 4 grass energies at once if you think about it. So something to think about there, guys. So there's Quick Ball, okay. Quick Ball, Grass Energy. That's a very valuable card. Grass Energies are very, very good cards. So Roselia, which means they can get Roserade next turn. Roserade is so good. Grass Energy deactive, which now counts as 2 Grass Energies. Via Seeker from Ball Guy, okay. Yeah, so it's not looking good already. So they receive the Weezing. Once again, we can't use Weezing. We can't use it. So let's see what we decide to do here. Looks like we could go Laser. Like the Roserade is so scary. So let's go Handiwork. Oh, let's go. Let's go. So we discard Ordinarod and Rillaboom. So we got rid of Ordinarod, but with Grass, they have like cards like Revitalizer. They have cards like Super Rod, maybe Brock's Grit. So they have a lot of ways to get back their cards. Once again, I don't think Trick Shovel is like worth it right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That Laser probably wasn't worth it either. I think with the Laser, I was trying to make that Venusaur go to sleep, so that way it can't attack next turn. Because if it plays 1 Grass Energy, then it can attack next turn. So Roserade comes down. La Perfume, okay. So you're gonna get any supporter card. Now they've already used VF Seeker, which is like very interesting to point out. So I know what one card they have. Grass Energy Shiny Genesect. So we're gonna move the Grass Energy for Venusaur to Shiny Genesect, which is very interesting. And we go It's Your Boy Guzma. Now, since they Guzma'd, they can't use anything anymore. So now the Venusaur doesn't count as 4 energies. And this is a game change all of a sudden. So we know his card in his hand is Ball Guy. Do we use Trick Shovel or not? I guess the answer is we're going to. Rescue Stretcher! Oh! That's another card I forgot to say. Rescue Stretcher. So now they're out. Yeah, they're out some good cards now. Man, that Guzma play was so good for us. Like, they're thinking, oh, let's go. And we know they had Ball Guy in hand, and they went for Colress. So Rillaboom already used Revitalizer. So now they're down Revitalizer, Ordinarod, and Rescue Carrier. Rescue Stretcher. So we're going to shuffle, get 5. We're going places. We got Red Card. We got Dark Energy, so we can start poisoning our opponent. Outside of that, though, our hand is still very, very lackluster. But they only have 3 cards in hand, because that Colress for 3. So we'll have to see what happens. And that poison is going to stack very, very quick. Like, it's going to be super quick here. And now opponent can't use any abilities, which is good for us. It's really good. All right. So another poison. Oh, man. A 70 HP. So hiding energy comes down. We can maybe attach the Zoroark if we want to, but I think we're going to hold it. I think our dark energies are very crucial. We'd rather say those are other plays. So another 40. So what this means is when that Pokemon comes back into us, if it stays in the X spot, it's getting knocked out, which is very, very good once again. Okay. So yeah, Galarian Weezing just doing its thing right now. Just knocked out Venusaur, saying, you know what? Get out of here. Dark Energy, okay. Now, who is he going to send up here? Okay, Genesect will come to the X spot. And there we see an AZ. Once again, nothing we can do, really. We'll just poison the Genesect. Now, that Genesect still can't attack. It needs 3 energies. It only does 110 to us, too. Just to let you know. It only does 110 next turn. If they find a Grass Energy. If they don't find a Grass Energy here, they get knocked out going back into their turn. No, wait. 8, 12, 6. No. I think that keeps messing up math. 100. Okay, so 14. We get knocked out, come back. Okay, so well, we still don't have anything. We're just severe poison. Like, we don't have anything, but like this Galarian Weezing is doing so much work right now. And no matter what, that Weezing's getting knocked back. That Weezing's getting knocked out going into their turn. Just to let you know. In case you're wondering, it's getting knocked out going back into their turn. So they're about to lose 2 more Grass Energies. Yeah. And this is what... Oh, my goodness. They still can't do anything. Wow. So we have an N. So N is a very interesting card right now because, like, I don't think we play it because, like, we hypothetically don't really need much. That Genesect's knocked out. We go down to 4. There's Koga's Trap. Okay. Whatever. So, I mean, like, right now we're looking really good. Like, they have a ton of cards in their hand. And, like, what can they get squeezes next turn? Sure, but we can just stand and retreat. I don't know why we haven't touched the air balloon. Oh, there's a Alolan Grimer, too. So let's go ahead and grab that card. Okay. So poison, once again. It doesn't get knocked out, come back into our turn, but it gets knocked out back into their turn. So yeah, this Weezing is just like... It's like a combination of Weezing and... oh my goodness, there's a lot of cards. There's a lot of cards. Just looking at all their different discards. The town map. Grookey's prized as well. So not only do they have a lot of stuff already discarded, Grookey is prized. And there's Squeeze. And Squeeze wouldn't have mattered either way because we could stand and retreat with the Zoroark. So even though they got to turn 1, doesn't matter. We got it. And like what we could have done next turn is Evolution Incense for like Alolan Muk and like discard cards too and like start putting them in an even worse spot. Are you kidding me? And that's how the deck should be played. So yeah, that was a pretty cool turn. My opponent like Guzman up the guy, and we took a knockout. So that's pretty nice. But guys, there we go. There's Dark. Hope you learned a lot about this control variant and why, unfortunately, Forest Giant Plants probably needs to be banned. There's crazy turns like that because of Forest Giant Plants. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. See you tomorrow for Main Deck Monday. And let me know what GLC deck you want me to play, because I'm going to eventually test them all. Just let you know. Alrighty, guys. Bye.